here we are, day number 1. I spawned in a forest biome which had both oak and birch trees, so at least I'll have a lot of material. But honestly, it doesn't really matter where we started. My objective is just to not die for 100 days. And you can not die anywhere. It was a very dense forest, so I was chopping for a while. I'll make it look decent eventually, but for now we're just going on survival, so I'm going with dirt windows. It might be 20% dirt, but if it has a door, it's home. I also wasted a good bit of time building a mine shack right next to my house that I would never use, because when it got dark I went to my main house and then just built a mine there. For our first day we did pretty well, had almost everything, but I was getting a little bit hungry. And hardcore Minecraft is the only version of Minecraft where if you get too hungry, you can actually die. But I figured I'd deal with the food situation in the morning. I can't go out at night, so figured I'd just mine. I found a lot of coal and iron, which is great, but there's still so much to do. So now it's the next morning, day 2, but it's raining outside, so even though it's morning, it's just as dangerous as night. Whatever, at this point if I die I'm only losing like 20 minutes. Again, I spent most of my time just clearing out the area. It was filled with trees. And right as the sun started to go down, I had a pretty cleared out area, and even had a wooden fence to help keep out the zombies and creepers. You know, I loved those dirt windows, but I think glass ones will work a little bit better. And thanks to all those trees I farmed, I also got enough apples to keep me alive for a while. I mined at night, because there's nothing else better to do. By the morning of day 3, it was still raining, but these apples aren't gonna last forever. I've got to set a farm up. Thanks to all my work the previous 2 nights, though, I had a bucket, which made it a lot easier. It's a humble farm, but in a couple days it'll feed me, and I won't die. Haha! I had a lot of cobblestone, so I decided to put it to good use and build a protective wall. I really shouldn't have done this at night, though. As you can see, right as I finished, a creeper creeped up on me. After that creeper scare, I decided to spend the rest of the night mining more cobblestone. It was a nice, bright, sunny day on day 4, so I chopped down more trees. My entire compound is surrounded by them. Skeletons, zombies, and even creepers have been known to hide in these things, so I feel way safer with them gone. However, after 4 days of mining trees in the daytime hours, I started to pile up a decent amount of wood, so I began construction on the second story of my house. Sure, it's a little simple, but it's very functional. Compared to some of my previous attempts, I'm actually doing very good for day 4. No skeletons have killed me yet. I've got a house, of course I've got my little farm out there, and I even have a bed, so I can sleep through the night peacefully. Day 5, I was working on expanding the farm and also making it safe with these cobblestone walls. I did just the tiniest bit of exploring and found a nearby swamp, but I've been known to get lost, so I'm not gonna venture out too far. This time I adventured a little bit too long, and it got dark on me, so the monsters came out. On hardcore mode, all of the monsters in the game not only spawn more often, but they're also more deadly. So I ran back home. Just never go out at night. This is not a joke. But again, thanks to some sheep who are tragically no longer living, I can just sleep through the night. All I did for the entirety of day 6 was farm trees. The tree cutting continued well into day 7, but by this point I kinda got it to a point where I was comfy. It did take a while, but I got a sizable chunk of land cleared out. No spooky stuff hiding here. Though ironically, as soon as I went into the forest, I could see that a skeleton was hiding in the trees. This is exactly why I'm clearing it out. Day 8, I'm back to exploring, but this time I have a boat and a little more knowledge of the surrounding area, so I probably won't get lost. I really wanted to find a village or town. They're one of my favorite aspects about Minecraft. I didn't find one, didn't find anything actually, mostly swamps. I still had some daylight left, so it's time for my first harvest. From here on out, I'll be eating bread. Farming definitely kept me pretty busy. Remember, if you don't eat, you die. I did not end up sleeping through the night day 8. Instead, I worked on making my mine a little bit more accessible. And now it's the start of day 9. I don't remember why I made a sign. I must have felt proud or something. Clearing the largest forest in the world has definitely given me a good amount of logs. So in the sweet daylight of day 9, I upgraded it to easily kill me. I also expanded my wall and changed it all to stone. I could get my hands on. This one had a brewing stuff. I mean, just to show you right here, in this sunken chest, I found a diamond! I also found a treasure map and potatoes, which is awesome. Yeah, me and treasure maps have a pretty interesting past. Here I am, day 25 of another hardcore Minecraft attempt. I bet you can guess what happens. Yep, I was going for a treasure map, and drowned. I was way more careful this time. It meant a lot to me to get this treasure map. Yeah, sure, it took a while, but I found it, and didn't die. Can you see now why I wanted to go to the ocean? Look at all that great loot. Day 58, I found another sunken ship. I'm on a roll here. Honestly, this time around, I was most excited about the little bit of jungle wood. And right as the sun started to set, I found it, the villager town. Day 59, I began by stealing everything I could get my hands on. This one had a brewing stand. Those are insanely hard to come by. Ah, they have cats! Cats! Unfortunately, my inventory can just I was gonna find some diamonds. Well, I found 1 diamond. Exactly 1 diamond. It's fine. Day 78, I started construction on where my nether portal was going to be. I like it to be in my house and look nice. And by the end of the day, I ran out of my fancy stone, but I think I did a pretty good job anyway. I spent the rest of day 78 psyching myself up to go into the nether. Today's the day to the nether! Oh no! Not a bad spawn point. At least there isn't any lava around. Step 1, I enclosed the portal in cobblestone. This should help to keep the monsters out. I also got some glowstone, which I can use to make some fancy lights. And that's pretty much it. I got scared and went home. You gotta remember, I'm on hardcore. Day 80, my sugarcane farm wasn't at maximum capacity, but it was pretty close. But ultimately, I'm gonna need some more diamonds if I want to make this enchanting table, so it's back to mining. Around the start of day 81, you can check the clock in my inventory.